don't know if that was 2 hours or not. I think it was pretty close to 2 hours. I got all the shortbread done. Managed to get almost through before burning my arm, and I just reached over and touched the pan with my arm. But it was just a little tiny one. It's okay. So I've already taken some of the shortbread up. I've got my little bags here that I use to bag it with, and let's see, put these right here, and then these are the big bags that I put it in. Thank y'all for jumping back on here. These are some of my little end pieces. Some of them are not so little from the ones that I cut in circles. You'll see there's some pretty big pieces in there. So I just put these in a bag because these would be good to eat. And then I've got some here that's cold, and I'm going to stack them and bag them. I'm not going to bag all of them, but I'm going to bag it up to show y'all how I do them. I got the last 2 pans cooling, and I think I got about 4 pans here that are ready to come out. Now y'all remember, or you might not remember, but I bought these back, I don't know, sometimes last year. I got them at Home Goods. They're tiny, tiny thin. It's a bench scraper, but they're real thin, and I like to use these to with my shortbread, and you'll see how that just slid right out. I don't know what's wrong with this internet today, but it just slid right out. So that's, if they're cold, they should do that. So then what I do is I have parchment, have my tray lined here with parchment, and I do them in 2s. I bag them in 2s. So I will just get these together. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to do a whole bunch of these. I'm just going to do a few so y'all can see. And that's what using a non-stick pan does, because these cookies have so much butter in them that you don't need to butter. You don't need to butter the cookie sheets. So let me get this out of the way, and then I'm going to get a few more out of the pans, and then I'm going to bag a few. I just reach down here, and they just pop right out. And I love it when it does that, because I know they're done right when they're like that. I usually stack them in 3s. That's how I usually do. You don't, I mean, it's no rhyme or reason. You don't have to stack them in 3s, but that's how I usually do it. These out, and then I'll bag a few. You can feel them move when you put that in there. They're just, they slide right out. These are my round ones. few more round ones, but most of them are square, just so I don't have a whole bunch of pieces left. Okay. I think I'm going to have about 15 dozen. I was counting on needing about 13, and with the way I cooked them, I think I'm going to have about 15 dozen, so I'll have a few left over. I'll find something to do with them. Okay, so I've got 1, 2. I've got 5.5 pans left that still need to cool just a little bit, and I'll just leave those in there to cool. These are self-sealing bags here, and I put 2 in a bag. It's not opening. Bagging goes real fast. Once you get them out of your pans, I can bag a whole bunch in less than an hour. I mean, a lot of cookies in less than an hour. Now, I'm not going to put 3 dozen in every box that I do, because some of these, some of them won't get 3 dozen, some of them will get a dozen. Depending on where they're going, some of them will get 2 dozen, and then some of them will get 3 dozen. So I'll just get them bagged, and then I'll fix them how I'm going to put them in the boxes. So those of you who ordered know that they go in these other bags here, and these were the ones that I sold, and I put 3 dozen in a bag, and then of course after they get in that bag, then they're boxed. These little things are like, they stick. They're like, they got magnet in them or something. You lay them down and they takes them a while to get off their hands. So if I know that some of y'all told me that you wanted to try these, that you hadn't made them, you wanted to try them. I'm sure that some of you have made them, because this is not the first time we've done the recipe. But let me know in the comments if you're planning on making some. And again, if you missed it this morning, I didn't make these to sale. I made these for some friends of mine, and probably, I don't know, it'll just depend on, number one, how I'm feeling this fall, but it's a possibility I might sell some in the fall, but not anytime soon. What I did today was really a very light load compared to what I was doing when I sold all those. I would literally be in the kitchen besides taking a little short break, I'd be in the kitchen sometimes for 12 hours working. And that was a lot of steps and a lot of work. know that I've told y'all this before, but I got this recipe from a cookie swap back in the 80s, mid-80s, and I've been making these cookies every year, sometimes several times a year since then. People used to do cookie swaps. You don't see as many now as what there used to be. But cookie swaps is a great way to get new recipes. And the way we always did ours is however many people were participating, we made that many cookies, that many dozen cookies. Say like if there was 12 people that was going to participate, you'd make 13 dozen, because we would have a platter to where everybody could sample them, and they wouldn't have to sample out of what they were taking home. And that way you got to sample everybody's cookie, and not just one or two. And then we'd always have the recipe on each box of cookies. On each dozen of cookies, we would put the recipe on it and our name. And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed cookie swaps. Okay, I'm going to get this row done, and then I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. And as soon as I get the rest of these bags, I'll post pictures and post the recipe on here for y'all. So, and tell you exactly how many this made. It's going to be around 15 dozen, give or take a few. I don't know. But thank you so much for joining me for both videos. Shortbread is very easy to make. It doesn't take many ingredients. It is time consuming, yes, but it's not a lot of fuss with it because you're not making frosting. It's a simple cookie. It's a simple cookie for children to eat, to hold in their hand. You can always cut them smaller. You can make them smaller because little hands, they tend to, might not eat a whole cookie, and you can make them any size you want to. And adults alike, as I've found as, you age, sometimes you don't want something with a lot of fuss. You want something just plain and simple that's good and that's easy to eat, that's easy on your stomach. And so this is a good cookie for that, and something that you could cook and have for several days to enjoy. So thank you again for watching. I appreciate it so much. Be sure to be kind, stay cool in this awful heat that we're in right now, and always count your blessings. And you got a smile on your face, give somebody else a smile. It might, even if you don't have a smile on your face, sometimes it helps you feel better to smile, to give someone else a smile. Thank you for the stars, the comments, the likes, the shares, and we'll see y'all again soon. I believe Mary said if she's able, she's going to cook tomorrow. So y'all be sure, I know you'll be anxious to watch her. So we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.